Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, well, we have some Real Housewives of New Jersey to get into because I know we just wrapped up the reunion. There's still so much drama. There are text messages, there are phone calls that are happening, there are things that are being rehashed. And it's like, even though we got to put a button on this chapter, the chapter's not buttoning. So we have a lot to go over, lots to discuss. Now, before we jump into all of this, do all the YouTube things, smash the like button, show some love. And also, this conversation with Margaret and Teresa post reunion, yeah, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so I wanted to start first with this conversation between Margaret and Teresa Giudice. Now, Margaret and Teresa's first phone conversation since their fallout has been released exclusively by All About the Real Housewives. Things took a turn in their friendship when Margaret Josephs decided to come to Teresa Giudice's wedding, leaving quickly soon after attending. The two stopped speaking following her wedding, with Margaret making headlines for admitting to leaving the wedding early because Melissa and Joe were not there. The first time the two came face-to-face was at the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion that was taped on April 20th following their fallout, but Margaret and Teresa actually spoke on the phone in December of 2022, right before Christmas and a few months before the reunion film. In December, an All About the Real Housewives reader submitted a spoof they did with Giudice and Josephs, where they both answered the phone call. Teresa seemed hesitant throughout the phone call with Margaret, and Margaret acted pretty normal. It wasn't until the end that Teresa told Margaret she felt like something wasn't right, but they actually literally played it. It was submitted to All About the Real Housewives, and it happened back in December. Okay. I mean, the fact that they're even, okay. Teresa made it clear that she has been getting spoof phone calls for months, and what's interesting is that during the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, Margaret Josephs presents Andy Cohen with a phone number saying that Louis Ruelas is calling her son, in that she's still claiming at this point, nobody is calling anybody. This is a spoof phone calls. There is somebody who is hacking in and call. It's literally like if you guys all of a sudden got a phone call and it said, "Hi, it's Up and Adam," or Adam Noel from YouTube. And you just all of a sudden, now somebody's hacking into my phone and calling all of you guys, and you get a random call and it's from Adam. Like, I get that there are prank calls. I get that there are ways to spoof things. Why is it only happening to the housewives? Like, does this make sense to anybody? Probably not. It doesn't make sense to me or anybody else. Okay. So on top of that, Andy Cohen is revealing what Dietl texted him following the reunion. Yeah, this also was not good, but okay. I just want to say Dietl texted me again. That's what he said on his Radio Andy Live. So I just want to say on his behalf, he said, "I never did any investigations on the cast of the Housewives of New Jersey. I never said that I didn't do any other investigations for Louis." So he's saying that Louis didn't hire him to investigate the cast of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So that's a very specific thing that he's saying. He's not saying he doesn't have an in, you know, I mean, that's a specific thing. John Hill then interjected saying he was not officially hired to investigate the job. Now, the Real Housewives of New Jersey executive producer, he did confirm this. He said he was not officially hired to investigate. Yes, so I just wanted to say that. So what they're saying is, even though he wasn't necessarily hired to investigate the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and Dietl went on this total rampage, not like a rampage, but it was like a rant where he was going on and he's like, "I wasn't hired by Louis. This is bullshit. Whoever I get hired by," like, these weren't his words verbatim. But he was going on to express, like, with his line of work, whoever he is hired by, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to share that Dietl is working with them, because then that kind of goes against what he actually does, because he is a private investigator. His job is to tail people, to see people out and about by chance, catch up on what they're doing. What are you talking about? You having some, you know, like, nice little conversations? Are you cheating on your wife? Like, he's an investigator. So he really probably prefers to fly under the radar. At least that's just a guess. But it keeps going. It always keeps going. I mean, right? Okay. So Joe Gorga is also revealing what was cut from the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, and he's praising his wife Melissa for maintaining her composure. Okay. I mean, she did maintain her composure, but we could make this a cartoon. That's what Joe joked on the June 8th episode of Podcast One's On Display with Melissa Gorga. Well, they do. They do. They make you guys the Flintstones sometimes, Melissa replied. And me too. I think I'm Wilma. According to Joe, he felt proud watching his wife maintain her composure at the taping amid Teresa's many attacks. I'm just so proud of you. You got somebody like attacking you, and your calmness and the way that you can handle yourself. I look up to you, man. It was great. Meanwhile, Melissa said that because she went into the taping with a clear mind, she wasn't nervous. When you're sitting there and you don't have a million different stories that you're trying to remember, I just knew that I was going to say the truth and the facts. I didn't have nerves that day. I mean, that makes sense. She's saying, I showed up. I didn't have 50 different stories to kind of piece together and remember. It was like literally the very thing that they were, Lala Kent, Katie Maloney, Sheena, all of them were saying about Raquel at the Vanderpump Rules reunion, because they felt like Raquel was coached to some extent by Tom Sandoval, so she would have to remember all of her stories and her timelines. When did you guys start hooking up? When did this happen? How far does this go back? And it's so much to remember, especially when you're trying to remember what you've been told to say, and it's a lie, so you have to remember a lie. It's not like it just comes naturally because I got it down. And then now you have to remember what the Keith's saying. So Melissa was pretty much just at this point saying, I didn't have to remember any lies, so I went there calm as hell. Okay, Melissa, we see you. Also on the episode, Melissa looked back on a backstage moment with Joe, which occurred during the cast's 30-minute break from set. You were just like staring at the wall. You were in shock because you guys got to watch from the monitors from behind the scenes. And I think you just looked stunned. And he said, I was crying. I was upset. And he was crying because of the way that Teresa was going after Melissa at the reunion. However, Teresa has her own opinions about all of this. This is the exact reason that we cannot find any resolution because the cast is so freaking divided at this point. Melissa versus Teresa, Teresa versus Melissa. It's not even just the cast is divided. It's the cast, the producers, the fans, the network. Nobody knows which way to move forward with this. We're hearing rumors that Teresa and Margaret are being fired, that Margaret and Melissa are being fired. Then we're hearing rumors that nobody's getting fired. It's like, what the do you do with that kind of information? But guys, I don't want to just give you this and not ask your opinions. So go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think, especially with the Bo Dietl text messages of it all and the Joe Gorga and Melissa and also Margaret and Teresa's phone call, but then a spoof version. I don't even get what the hell is going on with that, but I'm not buying shit. But go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And more importantly, before you go, do all the YouTube things, show some love, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys. Love you.